just a percentage. Like, if you look at these bars are tiny. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 bars. Just short of it. That's exceptionally
almost 7 bars of health gone. Bob is really looking injured right now for 1 down penalty on the assault, which is, at this stage of the game, probably the most irrelevant down penalty you can have on the entire team. I think if I were to place a down penalty on anyone, it would be Val, but Hank is more practical for the first down penalty of the game because he is the weak link of the team. Fresh trying to go in for a little bit more feed here.
He does have full armor for this engage, which means...
But there's a dome.
He's going to be in a great position. He does have the nice little area here to protect himself, so he'll be able to mitigate quite effectively with that wall. All he has to do is kind of just sit in here and just keep walling it, and he can't really be touched. He can just, if he grabs one of them, they're in a rough spot. He's going to go down to low ground, maybe wrap around. Yeah, but he's revealed right now, so they know where he is.
If the hunters want to jump up and down through this location, they're going to have to use quite a bit of jetpack, not to mention that's really deep water right there in that tyrant pool, so they don't want to try to enter through that area. Bob is poisoned right now, though, so they are going to know where he is. That's 240 damage for the next 8 seconds every time that refreshes. Stinknade's really going in. Fresh is doing his best to mitigate. Falling down, climbing back up. Ooh, we do have the support right there. That's Hank trying to get a little aggressive. If he would have got grabbed right there, that would have been bad. He would have been in some deep, deep water right there. Wall going up, trying to mitigate away from Hyatt. I don't think they're going to get any health damage in this dome. He's still got a solid amount of armor.
We got 3 bars just poison, though.
Yeah, you got quite a bit of damage from the poison, but health damage is nowhere to be found, considering he has more than half of his armor on the move.
Well, that's part of the benefit of Bob, though, is that you just have such a large armor pool that you can pretty much do whatever you want up until a point. And even in that case, like, he was able to mitigate, like, perfectly. Like, he was in a great spot to force that dome to give him that corridor. And he is right now ready to evolve. We'll probably see him go directly north and wait till he has a full traversal meter. He'll burn it all, and then he'll evolve wherever he lands.
Yeah, using Bob's entire traversal. He's the only monster in the game with non-bursty traversal. So you're going to want to use it all at once because there's an opportunity cost every time you hit that spacebar to start your traversal. That's going to take a couple percentages. What is it now? 25%? No, it's not 25.
It's not 25. It's like maybe like an extra 5 or 10% per traversal, like when you stop start.
It used to be quite a bit, but they lowered it, and I haven't kept up with the amount because we don't see very much Bob in competitive. It used to be quite a bit because of the roll heavy that a lot of Bobs are doing, but they have reduced it quite a bit. Anyway, you're going to want to start
used to be exceptionally strong. You should be able to spin to win.
CC all day. The heavy's got CC, the roll's got CC. You're just being knocked all over the place. Bob knocks you into the corner and just starts beating you down. Looks like we may have a full armor, half health Bob. Still good amount of damage from this hunter squad, but Bob is a tank.
With 8.5 bars of health, like, and that's like those bars are equal to the Goliath bars. They're not just different size bars. No, like that is an exceptional number of bars. He still has 8.5 bars. He's got full armor, and he's just ready to go. You'll notice that with this map, he did choose to do 3-point rock wall because a relay fight on this map is he just got shocked by a mammoth bird. Is going to mean that he needs those extra points in order to ensure that the open areas are cut back for him, so that way he's able to restrict exactly their sight lines to the maximum that he's able to. We see that we do have the dome coming out now. Tongue grab being used. Grab's got to go fast. Coming out of it, exploding race. Going to be locked down. Gets put inside the rock wall. He eats a fissure to the face on the low ground. Gets forced upwards. Has no choice. Here comes the orbital barrage on the high ground, though.
Going to hurt.
Punching him down. Knocks down. Got to go fast. Got to go fast. Finally gets down, which means Trapper's got to strike. And we've still got a full health Bob going into this dome. Like, he's only lost a little bit. Well, not full health, but he's lost almost all, if not all, of his armor at this point. Going in, we're almost at 2 downs, 1 Daisy, and Daisy dies, you all die, as I'm sure you well...
Oh yeah, of course, no Daisy, no sneaky reses, no monster tracking, and of course, no team cuteness. It looks like the team is really starting to crumble right here. In fact, when Maggie went down right there, she wasn't even in range of Rogue Val's passive healing. But we do have a revive here. Hyde gets up thanks to Rogue Val's passive healing speed. Oh, why did... Really, Mammoth Bird? Really? Now he's just being a jerk. That Mammoth Bird's just being a jerk. Orbital coming in. We're going to have a dodge here from Fresh. He's going to step out of the way. That's the power of Reload Hank right there. He wouldn't have got 2 orbitals if it wasn't for Reload. But Rogue Val might go down right here, and that could be it if Hank gets tracked. Now, Hank, I'm sure, has his cloak ready and is going to be on the retreat. There's no way he can fight without Rogue Val and the rest of the team, and he's on the run. Interesting to note, this watery area in the northeastern part of the map is actually a lot more shallow, so you don't have to actually jetpack across it. You can walk through slower, but you're not swimming and doing the swimming animation with no weapon inside of this water. That's been changed on this map. And it looks like Hank is going to go down, and that's going to be a W in favor of Fresh, who just downed Hank with the splash of his lava bomb.
Behemoth takes a win for the first time ever in TGL, coming out of Fresh, showing us that he's got everything in his arsenal, even bringing in Bob the Builder, the Destructor, the Destroyer of Worlds.
Of all things, Bob taking the win.
And we just see, like, Hell's just flatline.
I'm sure Maniac Squirrel is going to be very happy about this, because I know a lot of the TGL rules were crafted to try to make things a little bit easier on Bob, who was really hard countered by certain hunter comps. So with hunters being revealed before you pick the monster, you can say, hey, this is a team comp, I think I can pull Bob on. That's what Fresh said, and he pulled the Bob.
So we are getting ready to go to the next set, right? So we're going to get everything good to go on that side. We are switching sides now, so it's going to be the Inspector Cabot Hunter team versus the EW Monster, a.k.a. Exploding Wraith. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Wraith at this point.
Of course, Wraith. Very, very mobile. We'll see how she does on Orbital Drill. It's one of the more open maps in the game, so that is going to be the first map that is played. That's always the first map in TGL, so I wouldn't be all that surprised to see a Wraith. We are switching things around here. I'm actually not very familiar with the monster of Exploding Wraiths, but of course it's the monster of Exploding Wraiths. Like, what are they going to play? Wraith, right?
Yeah, probably. It's probably a safe bet. But it's just interesting to see, like, how things are changing in regards to the meta, because he did get the appropriate bans that he needed in order to make Bob viable, and he was able to get that and prove that it is demonstratable, because Fresh is no joke, and that's what he's demonstrating at this point as he goes through with that victory on Bob.
All right, we are going to get the next match just set up in a moment. But so far, for those of you keeping track at home, that is 2 victories in favor of Inspector Cabot, 1 Goliath victory and 1 Bob victory. So we haven't seen a Hunter victory. And actually, last week's TGL was 100% monster wins, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100% monster wins. And, like, first week we saw nothing but Hunter wins, right, with the exhibition. Then we saw last week, which was all monster wins. And this week, we're seeing, so far, it's 2-0 for monsters.
Yeah, last week, all monster wins. The week before that, all hunter wins, or most hunter wins, I think it was.
Oh, yeah, I think there was 1 monster win now that I think about it.
There may have been 1 monster win, but that's because those hunter squads were YP and TPA, the cleanest hunter squads in the game right now, which is why we saw a majority of hunter wins. Of course, YP and TPA, because they were invited into TGL, do not need to play through the open bracket, so they weren't playing last week when there were mostly monster wins. We didn't have the YP hunter squad going in clean in house. So let's see how we do on this next match. If we continue to see monster wins or if we get a couple hunter wins in here, it's really back and forth depending on who the hunters are. If we have some strong hunters, strong monsters, then we can expect, I think, a bit more saying that the hunters and monsters are of even skill. I would say we'd see a little bit more on the hunter side in terms of wins, but right now we just have some strong monster players go up against some maybe less practiced hunter players.
But that's part of TGL, is we embrace anyone in the community. Anyone's welcome to come play, show us what you got. And these teams can also get better over time. Is part of the one thing that drives you to get better at a game is playing against the best of the best, and that's what TGL brings forward. Anyone that has any interest, you can come in and get exposure to them. So sure enough, even if these teams, you know, start off a little rusty just because they haven't been exposed to this tier of play before, they're going to come through and they're going to be stronger for it overall.
Yeah, I'm just saying that there is a variable. I see a lot of people claiming that, hey, monsters are really strong, hunters are really strong. And keep in mind, the players playing those hunters and monsters and who they're playing against are variables in that equation as well. So I think when we match YP versus TPA, we are seeing slightly more hunter wins, and those guys are top of the top, operating at 100% on both the monster and hunter sides. So just because we're seeing a lot of monster wins, maybe because we are seeing stronger monster players and less practice hunter teams. We're going to switch sides here in just a moment. We're going to see if the monster player of Exploding Wraiths can take home those wins as well. Exploding Wraiths is on match point, though. If Exploding Wraiths loses this next match, then Inspector Cabot is going to move to the finals.
Yeah, so right now we are just waiting on the monster. So let's show you guys a little bit of what the TGL is capable of, because this is the second season of TGL. So let's give you a little bit of information on what's going on with the full video, which gives you everything about TGL.
Yeah, let's get that trailer going right now. And that was just another TGL trailer, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to Kaiser Tim for editing those. Those are possible thanks to your guys' donations on the Patreon. So again, we are switching sides, and we will be going back to the first map. The first map in TGL is always going to be Orbital Drill. And the teams are just taking a moment to get themselves set up and ready to go. At the same time, we do have the lower bracket being played. That is Dome Destroyers versus LFC. I'm going to say Dome Destroyers is a team to look out for. And they're in the lower bracket right now, playing it out. At the same time, we will have the finals game for you guys after this.
But yeah, we're going into that. We have Dome Destroyers down there, which is, of course, I believe they have Wednesday as their monster currently. Is that correct? Or who's their monster
see
right
Dead
now?
Rebirth, Mini, Troll, Vijay, and PH Keith.
Oh, so
I'm not sure.
It'll be Dead Rebirth or Keith on monster then.
I was gonna say Keith or Dead Rebirth. Mini, I know, plays Hunter. Troll is gonna be playing Trapper. That's what I can say for sure on that team. But they're the team to watch. They have the most notable names in Evolve right now, or in the TGL, they have the most notable names out of all the names that I see over there. Very prominent people. I see them in streams all the time. I see them practicing, playing. I know Mini played for JSMS. I think Troll used to play for a team. Might have played for Stage 3. I think everyone and their mom at some point has played for Stage 3 back in the day. Tonic's team.
Yeah, and they're all... Yeah, everyone... Like, a lot of people have at least like 80%.
Rebirth, of course. And Keith, man who broke the leaderboards.
Did he?
He's actually... Yeah, I think he might still be above me. If you go to the Hunt 2.0 leaderboards for Hunter... At the very, 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 very top at Gold Destroyer, it should say Stealth Shampoo, but it says 3. Above me, not even visible on the leaderboards, I believe, is Keith, who somehow scored so many points he's outside of Gold Destroyer. So I'm at the very, very, very top, and for some reason, Keith is even higher than me.
There's 2 people above you.
Yeah, I don't know who the other one was, but I know Keith is one of them.
Wow.
So I don't know what's going on with the PC Hunt 2.0 leaderboards, but there are people who are literally better than Gold Destroyer on Hunters in Hunt 2.0, and one of those people is Keith.
Yeah, and just looking at the list right now, displaying it. And of course, we have TGL's Tizer Tim as well, and the High Templar Tassadar. I thought he was dead, but apparently he's not. So.
Yeah, he seems to be looking all right. He's doing all right down there. We have Lord Death, Savvy, of course, from YP. Hey, I'm ranked higher than YP.
We got to get you a few more games then. See if that holds.
Send me to Poland. Oh yeah, I had a solid 6-5 ratio. You know what happened is I lost against I don't know, it was someone super high ranked like Source or something, and then I won against someone who was super high ranked. So I lost a couple games against high ranked people, and then I beat someone high ranked. They're like, "Oh my god, we didn't think he'd win this one. 4 million points," and then I just blew up.
It's like, hey, I got my Gold Destroyer, I'm done, just walk away.
Yeah, well, I don't even play on PC. Like, I played maybe 1 or 2 sessions of Hunt 2.0, got ranked, and then went back to my home on PS4. So I'm sitting over there, and I'm not playing on PC anymore. So I'm
I guess it's a console master race now.
Oh yeah, I'm rocking gold on console and PC, and my sister's getting Xbox One, so I might borrow that and be the first person to get gold on every platform. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta find a Hunter squad on Xbox One also.
Well, it'll be interesting. Maybe they'll give you like your own skin, like the Stealth Shampoo skin. It's like an alternative for Hank. Instead of a big beard, he has a big afro.
Oh yeah. Maybe
yeah, for the
Stealth
variant.
Shampoo logo colors. I'm gonna have to talk to people about that. But we are just trying to get the teams settled in here. Where are they?
So bans are actually coming in live now. So let's get this.
We do have bans.
Because we've been busy,
We do have bans coming in.
Look at everything else.
2.0 leaderboards. But that's all right. All right, the first ban I see is banning monsters, and EW is